Every adventure begins with a spark, a whisper of a place that feels almost mythical. Sometimes it's a name spoken in passing, a photograph glimpsed in a travel magazine, or a story told by a fellow wanderer. For me, it was all of these, a growing curiosity about a land shrouded in legend and beauty, waiting to be discovered. For me, that place was Lalibela, a name that echoed with mystery, promising something extraordinary beyond the ordinary routes of travel. The journey itself is unforgettable. Flying into Ethiopia, the land below becomes a tapestry of rugged mountains and ancient valleys. The landscape unfolds like a living map, each ridge and river hinting at stories centuries old. The air sharpens, scented with eucalyptus and dry earth, as you leave the modern world behind. There's a sense of crossing a threshold, stepping into a place where time moves differently. The drive from the small airport to Lalibela is breathtaking. Winding roads, dramatic cliffs, and farmers guiding donkeys along dusty paths. Every turn reveals a new vista, each more stunning than the last, and you realize how remote and untouched this region truly is. Children wave, their smiles as warm as the African sun. Their laughter rings out, a reminder of the simple joys that thrive here, far from the rush of city life. Lalibela isn't just a destination, it's a world apart, cradled by the Lasta Mountains. The town seems to exist in its own time, protected by the rugged embrace of the highlands. As we climbed higher, anticipation grew. The landscape seemed to guard its secrets, revealing only glimpses of what lay ahead. The air grew thinner and the silence deepened, broken only by the hum of our car and the distant call of birds. Our driver shared stories of pilgrims who have walked these paths for centuries, their faith guiding them through the terrain. He spoke of journeys made on foot, of prayers whispered with every step, and of the hope that draws people from across Ethiopia and beyond. I felt incredibly small, a tiny part of a grand history. The vastness of the landscape and the weight of tradition made me realize how many had come before me, each seeking something sacred. Finally, Lalibela appeared, nestled in the highlands, as if grown from the rock itself. The first glimpse was almost surreal, the town blending seamlessly with the earth, its secrets still hidden from view. No grand signs, just a quiet, unassuming welcome. It felt as though I was being invited into a story, one that had been unfolding for centuries. The air was peaceful, the sky a brilliant blue, and the silence broken only by a distant church bell. It was a moment suspended in time, filled with promise and quiet awe. Stepping out, I knew this was more than a trip. It was a pilgrimage. Each step forward felt like a step deeper into history, into something sacred and transformative. And it had already begun to change me, stirring a sense of wonder and humility that would stay with me long after I left this hidden jewel behind. Lalibela is a town you feel as much as see. Perched high in the Ethiopian highlands, it seems to float between earth and sky, untouched by the rush of the modern world. Walking its unpaved streets is like stepping into a living story, ancient Ethiopia unfolding before your eyes. Every footstep echoes with centuries of tradition, and every corner reveals a new chapter in the town's remarkable history. The tukul houses with their thatched roofs cluster on the hillsides, sharing secrets of the ages. Their circular walls and earthy colors blend seamlessly into the landscape, as if they've always belonged here. Life moves to the rhythm of sun and season, not the clock. Here, time is measured by the call of birds, the laughter of children, and the gentle pace of daily chores. Early mornings bring mist and the haunting chants of priests from below. The air is thick with incense and devotion, as ancient rituals greet the dawn. As the sun rises, the town hums with daily life, women in white shawls heading to market, men talking under old trees. The market becomes a tapestry of color and sound, where stories are exchanged along with goods. History isn't behind glass here, it's lived in the open. The ancient rock-hewn churches stand not as relics but as living sanctuaries woven into the fabric of everyday life. Priests in robes, deacons with ancient texts, reminders of a past woven into the present. Their presence is a bridge between centuries, keeping tradition alive for future generations. What struck me most was the peace and resilience of the people. Their faces reflect a quiet strength, shaped by faith and community, and a deep connection to this sacred land. Faith here isn't just part of life, it is life. It pulses through every gathering, every prayer, and every shared meal, binding the community together. I was welcomed with such warmth I felt I'd come home. In Lalibela, hospitality is a way of life, and every visitor is treated as family, invited to share in the town's timeless embrace. To understand Lalibela, you must know the legend of its king. King Lalibela, a visionary ruler of the 12th century, dreamed of a holy city after a divine vision. Commanded to build a new Jerusalem for those unable to reach the Holy Land, he chose Roha, renaming it after himself. His plan carved churches directly from the volcanic rock, creating a city of faith. Legends say angels worked by night, craftsmen by day, completing 11 churches in just over 2 decades. Whether fact or myth, the story speaks to the awe these structures inspire. Visiting Lalibela, you stand in the midst of a king's dream, a testament to unshakable faith. The churches mirror the Holy Land, with features named after biblical sites. For centuries, Lalibela has been a beacon for pilgrims, its story written in stone. The architecture of Lalibela defies belief. These aren't built structures, they're monolithic sculptures carved from living rock. Workers traced outlines, dug deep trenches, then hollowed out interiors, shaping columns and arches from a single stone. Standing in a church courtyard, you see chisel marks from 9 centuries ago, a direct link to the past. The precision is astonishing. Straight walls, perfect arches, intricate carvings, all with simple tools. Tunnels and passages connect the churches, some symbolizing the journey from darkness to light. Emerging from a dark tunnel into sunlight is a powerful, symbolic experience. Each church was carved top-down, requiring a flawless mental blueprint. There was no room for error. These masterpieces are acts of devotion and ingenuity. They prove what faith and vision can achieve. Lalibela's churches are architecture as pure devotion. The 11 churches are split into 2 groups, divided by a channel representing the River Jordan. The northern cluster symbolizes the heavenly Jerusalem. Bet Midhan Alam, the largest, greets you first, its columns reminiscent of a Greek temple. Inside, the air is thick with incense, sunlight streaming through carved windows. It's believed to house the precious Lalibela cross. Nearby, Bet Miriam dazzles with vibrant frescoes and biblical scenes. Bet Golgotha, said to hold King Lalibela's tomb, features remarkable carved saints. Moving through tunnels and courtyards, each church reveals new wonders. The northern cluster is a subterranean world of faith and peace. Here, time slips away as you wander, reflect, and listen to distant chants. This is the heavenly Jerusalem, where you feel closer to the divine. Cross the symbolic River Jordan, and you enter the southern cluster, the earthly Jerusalem. This group feels more intimate, yet equally spectacular. Bet Emmanuel stands out, a freestanding monolith with Aksumite-style carvings, a marvel of precision. Inside, the sanctuary is ancient and serene, a testament to faith as art. Bet Mercurios and Bet Abba Libanos, semi-monolithic, each have their own legends, like the queen who built a church in a single night with angelic help. These stories add magic and humanity to the stone. Exploring the southern cluster is like solving a divine puzzle, each church a new perspective. The vision behind the complex becomes clear, heavenly and earthly, connected yet distinct. Here your spirit soars, inspired by enduring faith. The journey through Lalibela is a walk through a symbolic landscape. And then, there is Bet Georgis, the Church of St. George. This is the moment every traveler to Lalibela waits for, the site that has inspired awe for centuries. The most iconic of Lalibela's churches, it stands alone in a deep pit, its cruciform shape breathtaking. Carved entirely from a single block of volcanic rock, Bet Georgis is a marvel of both engineering and devotion. Approaching through a winding trench, anticipation builds with every step. The path is narrow and sunken, almost as if you're descending into another world, until you turn the corner and see it rise from the rock. The sight is unforgettable, flawless, symmetrical, crowned with a triple cross. Its design is so precise, it's hard to believe it was created over 800 years ago, using only hand tools. Descending into the pit, you feel enclosed in a sacred space, cut off from the world above. The silence is profound, broken only by the soft echo of your footsteps on ancient stone. Inside, the church is simple but radiates concentrated spirituality. The stone walls are bare, yet the atmosphere is thick with centuries of devotion and prayer. Light filters through cross-shaped windows. The air is cool and still. Sunbeams illuminate dust motes, creating an ethereal glow that feels almost otherworldly. A replica of the Ark of the Covenant rests behind a curtain, as in every Ethiopian church. This sacred tradition connects Bet Georgis to the heart of Ethiopian Christianity, Priests welcome you, sharing ancient prayer books and silver crosses. Their presence and stories bring the church's history to life, making you feel part of a living tradition. Bet Georgis is more than a church. It's the emblem of Lalibela, the final statement in King Lalibela's vision. Its silhouette against the landscape is instantly recognizable, a symbol of faith and resilience. Centuries of prayer have soaked into its walls. You can almost feel the hopes and dreams of generations etched into the stone. It is a place of overwhelming beauty and peace. At sunrise, the church glows softly, and the courtyard is filled with a sense of calm that lingers long after you leave. The jewel in Lalibela's crown, unforgettable to all who see it. Bet Georgis is not just a monument. It is a living testament to faith, artistry, and the enduring spirit of Ethiopia. A place is nothing without its people, and Lalibela's soul lives in its community. My most precious moments were with locals, women spinning cotton at the market, sharing laughter and coffee. Their warmth transcended language. Faith is visible everywhere. Figures in white shawls moving to morning prayers, devotion woven into daily life. I watched a lone pilgrim, head bowed in prayer, and felt the true meaning of faith. During a festival, the church is filled with pilgrims, chanting, drums, and vibrant processions. Priests in ornate vestments led the celebrations, a dazzling display of enduring belief. Lalibela's churches are living, active places of worship, not relics. The people are guardians of a sacred flame, their spirituality Lalibela's greatest treasure. My time in Lalibela was brief, but its impact is lifelong. Leaving felt like waking from a beautiful dream, filled with gratitude for the vision, skill, and faith that created this place. Lalibela is more than stunning churches. It's a story of belief and resilience carved into the earth. It stands as a symbol of unity, devotion, and artistic genius. These churches are a UNESCO World Heritage site, but they are fragile and need protection. We must help preserve them for future generations, so their spiritual light endures. If you ever have the chance, visit Lalibela with an open heart. It is a journey that will change you, a precious jewel, a testament to the enduring power of the human spirit.